Thanks for joining. Good to see you. Hurtful words. Hurtful words. That's something that so many of us are in denial about, or as society says, overly sensitive. I think in most aspects in life, there's the pendulum, where for decades or more, or years, we go one direction, and later on we go in a different direction. So society had this huge lie, for I don't know how many years. And the lie was, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. We could spend hours discussing this lie, this phrase that was used for protection, to hide vulnerability, to deny the fact that someone's words could hurt our feelings, and we could think about it for days, weeks, months, and sometimes even years after that event, that saying, that verbal abuse happened. So we lived in an era where you could say whatever you want and there is no sensitivity, because sticks and stones may break my bones, but your words, I don't care. And if I do and I don't know it, when I come home I'll have a drink. And I'll think because I want a drink, but really it's to suppress those painful feelings that I was trained to suppress. And then we have evolved. And we came to the realization, no, there's such an aspect called feelings. There's such a thing called feelings. And therefore we need to be more sensitive. Although feelings can be denied, you could feel sad and claim you're happy. You could be happy and claim you're sad. We could play around. Anything that you hide, that's not tangible, that you can't touch and see, you could play games with. But then we said, no, feelings is something, although we can't see it and touch it, but it definitely has a great effect. Even though it's in one sense it's more connected to spirit because you can't touch it, yet we know from biology and we know from science that it actually could affect our health, our feelings, sad or happy feelings, and we won't get into it. So now we came into a society that the pendulum moved to the extreme side, where you cannot say a word because you're going to be walking, as the phrase goes, you're walking on eggshells. Why do we use that term? I'll guess because when you walk on the sidewalk or you walk anywhere, everything is pretty safe. But if you don't want to break any eggshells and you walk on them, there's no chance that it's going to happen. You're for sure going to break them. And if people are going to cringe and people are going to say, I don't like that sound. So we live in a society that I could walk into a restaurant and someone walks over to me and says, that red shirt of yours, please, 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 please. It just reminds me of my raper. I mean, the guy that raped me, he wore a red shirt. We don't know what to do. We care for people. So if I'm actually the sensitive person and cares for this individual, that's horrific to get raped. And how could you ignore this person's feelings? Because now feelings are very real. Feelings are so real, even greater than reality. So I go home. I change my shirt. I put on a green shirt and I go back to the restaurant, but by this time I am so hungry. And as soon as I walk into the restaurant, I sit down, I get the menu, and someone comes and says, I'm sorry for doing this to you. I'm sorry for doing this to you. I had a fire in my house, and every time I see green, I'm reminded of that fire because my bedroom was green. I cannot stand green. I don't need to go to the woods. I avoid places where there's green, and I definitely avoid people that wear green shirts. And I just came here for my anniversary, and this restaurant is so small, I don't know what to do, and I don't mean to do this to you. But you're a sensitive person. Not only is what you wear, but what you say. Where do we go? What do we do? Please join me next week. Thank you so much. And always remember, you're way greater than you think you are. And if you like this video, thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much.